Hi, my name is Kees and I help people from doing to being. And today I'm here with another video about how to listen to life. So life is giving you all these messages and it's telling you what to do actually. What would match your intention? What would match your life? What would match your inclinations, and not per se your identity or your destructive behaviors, but what would match you? What's the next step for you to get more in alignment, a higher vibration, a happier, more relaxed, easier life? Life is guiding you toward this, and it's an amazing amazing thing to actually understand this, or start to realize that life is happening for you, not to you. It's happening for your growth, for your expansion, for your for just an amazing ride that you can take. But it's important to know and to understand how to listen to life then, because if life is telling you all these things and telling you what to do, how to operate, or how to lead a life with the least resistance, not in a sort of bad way where you do all the destructive behaviors you're taught, or just listen to your conditioning and do your job, or listen to society. No, it's actually guiding you and helping you to realize your best life, your deepest life, where your soul is guiding you, where your intentions are pure and positive, where you're connected to love, where you're in the flow, you're on top of life. And also your circumstances reflect that, because you feel amazing, your circumstances will also be amazing. Okay, so how to listen to life then? Life is guiding you through a deeper feeling, not an emotion of positivity or an emotion of negativity, although this can definitely point to something. It's guiding you through a deeper feeling of this is good for me, or this is not good for me. This matches me, or matches my vibration, or matches the person I want to be, or it doesn't. And that's through either an excitement or a sort of depression. A sort of feeling that this isn't matching, that this isn't good for you, that this isn't right for you. And the other feeling is you're excited, you feel this is right for me, this is good, I should do this, I should take this step. And then most people have this sense, but then, and this deeper sense that's always guiding us, and most of the time, most of the people are listening to it, unless their mind gets in the way of doing the thing which is good for them, or quitting the thing which is not good for them. Their mind usually gets in the way, and that's a huge problem. So, for example, I'll explain to you why. Because the mind is a machine. It's like a computer, and it's regulated to its current identity. So I told you lots of times that life is the bigger thing, right? Life is everything, and we are actually that. From a non-dual perspective, there is no you and me. There's just life. There's just energy. There's just consciousness. And what we think is we, us as a sort of being, is just an expression of that. So that expression of that consciousness, that seems individual. And we can have this feeling of individual orientation, and we have that through our body, the shallower layers of our consciousness, our body, our mind, and our thoughts and our emotions. And I'm separating emotions from feeling here, because you can then understand, okay, this is an emotion, it's anxiety, it's pleasure, it's happiness, but it's not a deeper sense of fulfillment, or a deeper sense of matching or not matching. So when we talk about the best thing for you in life, it's not always to be comfortable, it's not always to be pleasurable, it's to be growing, it's to be expanding, it's to have a fulfilled life, do the things that you want, and not from your mind's perspective, but the things that actually match your intentions. And what your mind does is your mind is clinging on to the moment. It's looking at the past and making conclusions and thinking, okay, this is good for me, this is how I can survive. And from there, it's looking for comfort. It's looking for status and comfort within the current identity. And the current identity can also be one reason why you think you're not meant for this bigger life, right? You're not meant for it. That could be a feeling we have because of our mind. Because our mind is clutching on, it's holding on to our current identity. So how to move on from there is actually to think or to know that we're not that identity. And when we know we're not that identity, we know that our mind is actually informed by the past and informed by our identity. And in that way, it's very understandable that if we change or want to make a change, we should not listen to our mind. Because our mind will just keep us where we are. Let's say I'm an accountant, right? I'm an accountant and I have a certain relationship with, I have a relationship with a partner and we're living together, something like that. Let's say that job or that partner is not matching to us. It's not matching with our deeper sense of purpose, our deeper sense of what we want to do in life. So we get guided by life with a deeper feeling like you should not do this. You should move on. You should explore other things. You should not stay here, not stay still, not choose safe. Do something with your life. And it's giving you actually these unhappy emotions to get you into movement. And then our mind will say, no, but it's safe, no, but it pays good, no, but it's so, I took this education that took me 5 years, no, but my parents said that this would be a good job for me, no, but, so your mind is actually prohibiting it. In this example, life wants you to move on. And we're prohibiting that with the mind. We're saying, oh, we can't rationalize that. Oh, it's not a smart thing to do. But life doesn't care if it's smart or not. Life doesn't care if it's safe or comfortable. It cares that you grow. It cares that it's best for you. Right? So that's why we should listen to life. But what we do is we rationalize, we try to understand every step. We don't want to do anything that's insecure at the moment, where you think, wow, I don't know how this will turn out, will this work, will this not work? We don't take the leap, right? We don't trust life to just take the leap. What we do is we postpone it. We wait for signs and signs and signs and guidance and guidance and guidance by life until it maybe creates the opportunity or blows up the current opportunity, because it will usually, just because it doesn't match us. And sometimes life gives you resistance to, instead of take a next step, to move on. Sometimes you think, let's say, that accountant can become a manager of other accountants. And then rationally that totally makes sense. Or in your mind you think, yeah, but it doesn't really feel good. You don't really get excited by it. You feel a slight depression, you feel a slight hardness about it. You feel that it would not, excite you as much. It feels a little bit, a little bit stale. It feels a little bit neutral. It feels a little bit meh. I don't know. Meh. Even though in your mind you think, I'm gonna make more money, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but you are guided by life to then make another decision. And most people then go for it and understand really later that actually it's not meant for them. It's not a good job for them. But they could have already known that if they would listen to guidance. But this listening to life only makes sense if you actually go with life or go with the flow. And that only makes sense if you trust. If you understand, okay, I'm actually this spiritual being living a temporary human experience, and my mind is a tool for me to think about or to receive information. And it's currently holding on because it wants to survive, because it's part of the it's part of, let's say, the lower conscious mechanisms. So it feels it's identified with the body, and it feels it wants to be survive. It feels like it wants to be safe, and in that way, it will argue for my limitations, and it will not argue for my greatness. And because it doesn't know greatness, it's in a sort of double bind where the mind usually wants to expand, but it can't if you're listening to it. So that's why most people stay in the same place, do the same thing, or are not really, you could say, moving up or moving through life. They're not changing a lot. They're staying the same in lots of ways. They're not really growing in life. And to grow is to trust, and to trust life for your next level. And trust is extremely important. So with that said, how do you listen to life? Well, you let your mind out of it. You leave your mind out of it, and you just go with the flow. You sense in a deeper way. You try to be quiet, maybe through meditation or reflection or contemplation, or a walk like I'm doing currently. And through that, we can understand, okay, wow, we're doing some reflection here, and we feel not so good about this, even though mentally or in my mind is saying yes, but life or my deeper feeling saying no, my intuition is saying no. And then the courage, because it takes a lot of courage, the courage to go with the flow and go with life is brilliant, but also it takes time. So give yourself that time to trust, but understand that trust is the key. Trusting life is the key, and trusting your deeper awareness or your deeper feelings or your intuition or the smallest voice in your mind, that is actually the strongest voice, or the one you should actually listen to. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm still evolving, and let's evolve together. Okay, bye.